ymlaen, Culture Vannin, ys gwrdd mae o yw son, chit mark, ys lein yndysach, ys trouble yndysach, sure. Thank you very much, everybody, for turning out. It's a lovely day, it's a lovely building. We'll try and be a lovely choir. I hope we will. So we have a programme today which touches everything really important in life. Fish, sheep, the wind, even treacherous trees. So we're going to start with a song that has, like most of the songs you'll hear today, quite an interesting and varied history, how it got to be in the form it is today. You won't get the varied history, you get a little bit about it, otherwise we'll be here all day. So we're going to start off with Arragh Feayr, the song of the herring. And these are old Manx words, traditional words. Come all you fishermen. They always start with come all you. That's why you know you're at least in the 19th century, if not before. Come all you fishermen. We're going to tell you about the season of the herring. And there's plenty to be got, so you know it's not a current song in the magazines there. The tune here was put to these words by the late Caarjyn Cooidjagh, and I don't know if you were involved in that too, Crystal, on the mixing the tunes with the words, so we're very glad you did that. The tune you might sort of recognise as a version of The Sheep Under the Snow. There were loads of variations of that tune going around, and this one took me years to actually realise it was the same tune, because it's felt so different. Right, enough of me, we're going to go to Tasha. Arragh Feayr. Oh, I didn't tell you everything we do in Manx, did I? It is. In the last verse, there was a reference to coming to the pub after the fishing and being doled out drink from the shaking hands of the landlady. And my own hands are a bit like this at the moment because I fell over a few weeks ago and had quite a nasty accident. So every now and then I'm sort of aware they start doing this. Never mind, we will carry on. The title of this concert, an Arragh Feayr, the cold spring, really was taken from the title of one of many songs written by that great Manxman from Caarjyn Cooidjagh, Reih Bleeaney Vanannan, who, as you will probably know, is the source of so many of our Manx folk stories and tales. But of course, he was also a great writer in Manx and in English as well. I've recently been reading a lot of his ballads and writing in both languages, and it occurs to me, I've never come across somebody who was so rooted in one place. Yes, he travelled far, he was a fisherman at various times in his life, but the part of the world that meant most to him, as for most of us, is that little circle you could almost draw round home, and that would be round the Muir Peninsula, of course. So, he wrote lots of songs celebrating different weather, and originally when I put together this song, it didn't have a tune, but like many of his songs, he probably had a tune in his mind when he wrote it. Like many of these songs, they were all about the weather around the place, and there's lots of nice weather, but this one is about the cold spring, because it's been lovely, but not warm. And this song, which we'd originally learned to perform at Christmas, refers rather a lot to the terrible perils of not looking after your stock at that time, dodgy time of year when the weather can change. Cold, freezing, snow, as we know, can this time of year. Hopefully not, but yeah, especially up here, we know these can get there. So this is almost like, this Manx is almost like a book of advice to all novice farmers to take care of your cattle and your sheep and your flocks and, in the winter, in the spring, and to make sure you bring things in and don't neglect. It sort of connects up with the Killy from the after the sheep under the snow theme. I wonder if that was in his back of his mind. Anyway, I made a tune for this. We're going to do it. We've never done it before. Let's see what we're doing. At least musically, in this concert in several ways. So this is a song I made a few years ago after a particularly worrying night lying in our bedroom at the back of the house, which is straw bale, and being suddenly aware of how light straw bale might potentially be when the baby decides to get up and start shaking the place like that. It was fine, we were fine. And that sort of connected in my mind with when similar things happening at Craignish when we were living there. More solid houses in terms of constructed with stone, at least at that point. And the children were young, and Kitty, daughter, was quite frightened by the sound of the wind. So this is a lullaby. Close your eyes, dear child, and sleep will come to you. Let the wind blow down from the slop. It will dissipate out towards the sea and be calm, and you'll be looked after. So this is Caarjyn Cooidjagh. Have a look at this lovely
In Tannet and Fodlergy as far and there.
We're going to have a poem now from our good friend David Callan, connected with the song you've just heard, though he didn't write it for that reason. So Helen's going to read this to us now.
Gable End. We grew up in a gable end. The rowdy wind became our friend. On winter nights, tucked up in bed, we heard him calling while we read. He'd try all the external doors, then tumble through the sycamores, gathering great handfuls of rain to throw against our window pane. The book, the light, the baying dark, I might have been a tonsured clerk, rejoicing that the dragon ships could not bring their apocalypse ashore tonight. We were as snug, as our dad said, as a bug in a rug. Nothing could get in or out. The wind flung the trees about, while our friend the wind romanced the night. We took off in dreams of flight, a rootless life among the trees. They take me back on nights like these.
The next song is very much what I think of as a half and half song. I've come across some words and I've stuck a tune to it, that's the other half. Sometimes it goes the other way. This is a little story. It was collected by the great folk song collector, great Manx woman altogether, Sophia Morrison, in the early 1900s when she was going around trying to record, and she did record, Manx songs from various people and notating them, and in rough notes, and one of them struck me out because the words were so interesting. Hurry ho, well, and it was a chorus, a vocable chorus when you sort of make sounds to sing to, and there are not many of those in Manx, so I thought that was interesting. And the story was that the song was about, and there was only a verse, somebody who stole a joint of meat and hid it in his house, and then the people to whom the said joint of meat belonged came hammering on the door, demanding it back. But perhaps in the way of other folk songs you might have heard of, said joint of meat was actually safely in the cradle that the said man was minding while the house was being searched. And needless to say, there were no bad consequences for the thief. We've added a few bits and pieces, because really one verse is not enough. Much in that same style. And I've made up the tune, so it's not in any way traditional. Right, could we repeat, please?
Hurry ho, hilly ho, as hurry ho, hilly ho, hurry ho, hilly ho, as hurry ho, hilly ho. Hurry ho, run singing the parishes go. Hurry ho, run singing the parishes go. And there is so the wood that play, as steady and all the murder daughters and gully. Hurry ho, run singing the parishes go. Hurry ho, run singing the parishes go. Hurry ho, as hurry ho, hilly ho. Hurry ho, as hurry ho, hilly ho. And then and roll. Now fair songs and brothers share the shallow roam. Hurry ho, run singing the parishes go. Hurry ho, run singing the parishes go. Hurry ho, as hurry ho, hilly ho. Hurry ho, as hurry ho, hilly ho.
As I've said, and I will say again, I'm extremely grateful to all the people who have helped make, one way or another, make songs in Manx accessible, especially as we are a choir committed to singing songs in Manx, and the more we have, the better. We're very grateful, as indeed many people were, with the appearance of the book known as A Garland for John Clegg, and again need to thank Colin Jerry and the late Colin and the late John Kinney. Between them we have versions of songs which are known in English certainly, and were certainly some of them known on the island in English in the 19th century. Could have sung them in English, but we're not going to, because we couldn't. Well, I'm couldn't. The ones that were versions were collected back in the late 19th century, the likes of great Dr. Clegg from the south of the island and W.H. Gill, his brother. Those songs, we have notes of the tunes there, but putting them together to make them into something doable, singable, it's taken a lot of work over many years. Anyway, you might have heard of, you probably have heard of in English the folk song, The Water is Wide. The water is wide and I cannot get over, neither have I wings to fly. Give me a boat that will carry two, and both shall row, my love and I. Well, if you follow through that, if you know that song, this is a version of this, but I made up the tune just because it came to my head and I didn't realise I'd made it up. I thought I'd heard it somewhere, I hadn't. And we're going to sing it now. The Water's Wide, an hour and Lee. This next one is quite well known. Different tunes on the island. Mannan Vegveen ons Menacheen and G Talen is Jeremy. Oh, dear little island in the middle, dear little island man in the middle of the sea, and you are many fishermen. A version of this in English appeared in Hall Caine's The Manxman book with a rather funny translation. I'm not going to attempt to translate all of this, I'll give you a gist. It's a celebration again of the Manx fishing season. I'm particularly attached to this song because I was reading up some histories, different stories about Peel and different things that were going on connected with the Manx language classes in Peel at the end of the 19th century, and I was pleased to discover that a relative of my mother's, a great uncle, we haven't got many famous people in my family, but a great uncle had been the skipper of the Bonnie Jane, which was quite a famous ship, and Johnny Hall, who was the skipper of this, was a big key member of the Manx Gaelic Society, the Manx Language Society back then. His friend says Caarjyn. And my mum had met him. Paddy walked from Girton to Onken years ago to meet his brother, was mum's granddad. And I was reading in an article in Manx at some point how he sang, which was with lots of wobbly bits in it, but intentionally, not because he was getting on a bit. And rather sadly, he'd gone to a celebration, I think it was of the 100th year of the Caarjyn's Manx Dictionary, and there was a bit of a do-on in Peel for this, and he sang, he was really quite an old man by now, he was singing several songs, including this one, Mannan Vegveen. Now, which tune he was singing into, I don't know, but I hope it's this one we're going to do. Sadly, almost immediately had this do happen, he was taken very ill and he died the next day or the day after. But still, this song has stuck in my mind. Well, if somebody in the family has sung it, it's traditional to me. We don't have much of that. So, Mannan Vegveen, let's see how we get on with this. You'll hear all sorts of references. If you understand Manx, you'll understand them. Well, you might understand them. Lots of mentions of fish, different points where they were sailing. The words, I think, come from originally from a fellow who was a vicar of Onken Church, St Peter's then, in the early 19th century, as far as I know. Might have been versions going around. We better have a dig before we get to start.
Oh, Mannan Vegveen, ons Menacheen, and G Talen is Jeremy. And all in good, at present sight, all around and melon. Some fell young, they must go wrong, the yip and song up and scaven. It's a Caarjyn, there's Jim and young, Goldust and Shaw from Cannon. Here be, I shall you be, and I will be from my eyes. Sense of a child, I deep in the red, as the final down, Nina.
Cover the high, chicken sun jump fire, around ye, together.
Extraction shawl, as skin and young, as fashion song of Dylan. And I go to stand the yard, as strong as them ago. Celebrate your change, your as much better. Tasha Yari, yes, now, baby, tonight, and the cheers now. It is wrong as village known, but speak in silence, my wicked.
tramon trees earlier, and this is why.
Is anyone feeling hungry yet? I am stood right next to the cake.
Half gone.
Yeah, I know.
He's eaten them
It's
already.
all I can do not to just stick me hand down. Anyway, I don't know, did anyone know Paul Libachinski?
Nice.
Wonderful. I lost far too soon. Anyway, this is a fantastic poem. Annie has just discovered in this fantastic book, Until the Manxmen Are Driven Away, selected poems of Paul Libachinski. Oh, terrible, twisted old tramon that twines, you block out the light when the morning sun shines. You grew and took over the house that was mine. You terrible, twisted old tramon that twines. In my cottage home I was snug as could be, till me cat took the cordon of an old tramon tree. He came in all tangled one night long ago, and the seed dropped down the floorboards and started to grow. One morning I groped through the kitchen half dead, and I tripped and went flying to crash on me head. I swore for the cause of my fall I could see, just in front of the gas stove, a baby tramon tree. Oh, terrible, twisted old tramon that twines, you block out the light when the morning sun shines. You grew and took over the house that was mine, you terrible, twisted old tramon that twines. Well, torn between hell and high elderberries, I knew that should I demolish the weed where it grew, I'd be ravaged by ill luck. Still, I couldn't see me having for the house guest an old tramon tree. It towered over the gas stove and reached for the sink. It had never been watered and wanted to drink. The cat watched in horror as it grew to full bloom, and I cooked all my meals on the fire in the front room. Oh, terrible, twisted old tramon that twines, you block out the light when the morning sun shines. You grew and took over the house that was mine, you terrible, twisted old tramon that twines. It broke through me bedroom and ripped through the roof. I slept on the hen shed, at least waterproof. And on Sundays, when neighbours came over to tea, they got poked by the twigs of the old tramon tree. At Christmas, I sat with me best oilskins on, and the wee doll decked up with the fairy lights shone. I was lit up too, yelling, Tarzan's got nothing on me, I've a tree in a house, not a house in a tree. Oh, terrible, twisted old tramon that twines, you block out the light when the morning sun shines. You grew and took over the house that was mine, you terrible, twisted old tramon that twines. Well, it grew down the toilet, it grew up the stairs. There wasn't the room to kneel down and say prayers. Then the midges invaded and feasted on me. God dang, what bad luck is left, old tramon tree? The surveyor came round and he looked at the cracks. He scoffed, bad luck, piffle, and wielded an axe. A branch grabbed his throat and strangled his feet. Died blue in the face with the juice from me tree. Oh, terrible, twisted old tramon that twines, you block out the light when the morning sun shines. You grew and took over the house that was mine, you terrible, twisted old tramon that twines. Then a wine-making lady, so pretty and young, came to sample the fruits that in clusters they hung. She grabbed up me berries without asking me, and a bird scored a bullseye as she looked up the tree. I ran to her rescue and cleaned up her face. Right then she proposed, I've a nice little place. Would you? I said. Yes, when's the day to be? No, I knew she'd make wine of the old tramon tree. We lived happy ever after, 'twas simple as that. Each morning I shave both myself and the cat, so he brings no seeds in, and the wife, she loves me, and the money she makes from the old tramon tree. Oh, terrible, twisted old tramon that twines, you block out the light when the morning sun shines. You grew and took over the house that was mine. You terrible, twisted old tramon that twines.
Know a few houses like that. Right, something very different now. This is a setting of the very well-known part of the Song of Solomon, the Bible there. My love spoke and she said, "Rise up, come with me, for the spring is here." I was hopeful it would be at this time, and it isn't. We don't get a chance to sing this very often because it doesn't, and it's rather nice to be able to sing in a setting such as this lovely chapel. Lo my cry as dirty room. Oops. One we haven't done for many years. I don't know why. Anyway, somebody pointed it out a few months ago, so we've revived it. We'll see how well in a minute. Again, we owe the combination of words and tune here to several people. Colin, Jerry and John Caneen again, but also some verses from Fiona. Apparently, I don't know, was it the last two or? She's contributed so many verses. Helen and Reih. Yeah, which you can tell us later. Again, it's a song you might have heard a version of in English. I haven't altered the tune here. Young girls will run like hares on the mountain, and if I was a young man, I'd soon follow. And other verses follow in similar fashion. Young girls will sing like birds in the bushes. Young girls will bloom like bonny red roses, of course, and swim like ducks in the water. Pretty amazing, really. And sparkle like dew on the barn. Yes. So we're going to sing that now. Caarjyn and Reih, Mumway and a sledge. And we're starting with hares on the mountain. There were hares in our field in front of the house the other day. Quite entertaining to watch. So here we go. Could we have an A, please, to C? Oops.
Caarjyn
Okay, the words to this following piece came from a collection of A.W. Moore, strange words about the great thief who lived over the mountain, whose name was known as MacGregor, Crenald maybe. He made his son go out around the houses and beg before he was able, and put a bag over his shoulder and headed out. From that, we ended up with a song sung at the Bunskull Gilga about when the son got fed up of being ordered to go off and do his dad's dirty work, and ended up throwing the pot of soup over his father's head, and then both run off into the glen, not to be seen again, angrily. Bit of a jokey sort of thing, really, though not so nice, really, if you examine it too carefully. Merlin, who the big thief, could we have a seat and an egg, please?
Merlin over Caarjyn Cooidjagh and Reih Bleeaney Vanannan, Buggy a Backaloo, the Caarjyn Rush, the Rowley Hale, Buggy a Fogger, Arragh and House and Lumps Allow, Buggy a Sheets and Lumps and Needles, Buggy a Red the Brow, I-O, I-O, riddle-a-diddle-a-mo, I-O, I-O, riddle-a-diddle-a-mo. And Merlin over Caarjyn Cooidjagh and Yavi, Buggy a Backaloo, a London on the Tavi, House and Merlin, Boots and Yavis, Buggy a Backaloo. Enkelsens the showery trailers carry a Eric down. I-O, I-O, riddle-a-diddle-a-mo, I-O, I-O, riddle-a-diddle-a-mo. And Cooidjagh and Merlin Bleeaney Vanannan, a folk a legend present right to Ellen Murray, Buggy a Fogger, Arragh and House and Lumps Allow, Ryan Sheets and Max and he had dug a rush the brow. I-O, I-O, riddle-a-diddle-a-mo, I-O, I-O, riddle-a-diddle-a-mo.
Okay, now, this is Helen's great moment coming up.
My solo. Yeah, applaud in advance.
I don't get sheep like this normally. This is a song based on a tune. The tune is a Clyde collection. It's called Bool Back, or Bool, which means hitting. It's associated apparently with some kind of stick dance. However, it is now, at least in Caarjyn Cooidjagh's books, associated with this song, which started off a few years ago. Myself looking out of the window. I think Philip was away, and kids were in the house, and there were an awful lot of sheep in the vegetable garden. Masses of them, very sort of like posh sheep. The kind that had been had their hair up, and they were not going. And there was only me, and I thought, oh no, how am I going to get them out? And I was shouting to the kids to come and help, and I got the usual response when you shout to kids to come and help. So I went out thinking, oh, this is not going to end well. And actually, they all trotted up and up to the top field up near where Katie Newton lives now, and went in the fields, and again, it was fine. Anyway, I was just sung about it. Eerie shoe game, rise up, boys, rise up, women, and let's get out of your bed and get these sheep out of the garden.
Eerie should bring us, eerie should it should run and rise and yappy. Something green down the dairy, fast time the dairy pea, let the dairy Jane. Something green down the dairy, fast time the dairy pea, let the dairy Jane. Just a carol. Eerie should be the eerie should bring us, eerie should let your own lights and heavy. Eerie should be the eerie should bring us, eerie should duck and then. Eerie should be the eerie should bring us, eerie should let your own lights and heavy. Eerie should be the eerie should bring us, eerie should duck and then. Something green down the dairy, fast time the dairy pea, let the dairy Jane. Something green down the dairy, fast time the dairy pea, let the dairy Jane. Just a carol. Eerie should be the eerie should bring us, eerie should let your own lights and heavy. Eerie should be the eerie should bring us, eerie should duck and then. Eerie should be the eerie should bring us, eerie should let your own lights and heavy. Eerie should be the eerie should bring us, eerie should duck and then. Something green down the dairy, fast down the dairy pea, let the dairy Jane. Something green down the dairy, fast down the dairy pea, let the dairy Jane. Just a carol.
I'm exhausted. Well done. Just getting new sheep impersonations is very impressive. Thank you very much. I think we.
And I'm going to interrupt for something completely different. But something that I think you will all enjoy. The choir can go and sit down, but I'd like to keep Annie here for a short presentation. And various people are going to spring into position. Many of you will know that the Reih Bleeaney Vanannan, or RBV for short, is the Isle of Man's highest cultural honour. The selection panel is made up of representatives from the Cheshire Gilbert, and Cruinnich, the Manx Museum and National Trust, Isle of Man Arts Council and Culture Vannin, and nominations come from the public, and thank you to the panel and to everybody who made nomination. I'm going to make a short speech, and then our Caarjyn at Culture Vannin, Chris Thomas and HK will make the presentation. So, if there is one person who truly lives and breathes Manx culture and deserves to be Manannan's Choice of the Year, it is Annie Kissack. What a stunning way to sum up the Reih Bleeaney Vanannan for 2025. Annie Kissack has been awarded the Isle of Man's highest cultural honour for her lifelong contribution to creativity and education in Manx culture, with a particular emphasis on the Manx language, traditional and original song, music and choral arranging, poetry, literature and folklore. Annie is someone who tells and shapes the stories of these shores with care, passion and the deepest of integrity. She is, as you would all know, one of life's natural communicators, and her contagious enthusiasm ensures that everyone, young and old, can get involved in or simply sit back and enjoy Manx music, song and poetry. She wears her learning lightly though, for Annie has honed her knowledge for more than 5 decades. She's equally at home with her nose in old books, as she is talking to people who hold a store of Manxness in themselves, and she's a very good listener. All that she carries with her embodies this living spirit of the Manx tradition, as expressed in the poems, songs and music she creates. In so many ways, Annie represents the beating heart of the Isle of Man. Annie says that her interest in Manx Gaelic was first awakened by her teacher at Onchan School, Lesley Quilliam RBV, an interest encouraged by her parents, who themselves started Manx lessons at night school and remained long-term supporters of the language. Annie and sister Jenny joined Mona Douglas's Manx youth movement, Arragh Feayr, in the mid-1960s. Alongside other children, Annie regularly participated in Manx-themed concerts, plays and competitions, including the Gildan and Cruinnich. A talented singer and musician, she's represented the Isle of Man at inter-Celtic festivals from her teenage years to the present day, as a soloist and part of groups such as Perry Ben Dance Group, Caarjyn Cooidjagh Manx Gaelic Choir, and as a founding member of the Arragh Feayr Giant Band. Her musical arrangements and poetry have been recognised with awards and honours around the world. The inaugural award for artistic merit from the Dowstal in Northern Ireland in 2001, and first places at the Pan-Celtic Festival choral competitions. In short, she is a vital force in not only preserving and promoting, but also creatively developing the Isle of Man's rich tapestry of cultural heritage. Inspired by a competition at Cruinnicht, Annie gathered musical friends together to form Caarjyn Cooidjagh, which has just celebrated its 25th year. The choir continues to perform Annie's arrangements of Manx songs, along with her own compositions in Manx, and I think we can all agree her output has been truly incredible. As young parents living in Cregnish, Annie and her husband Phil ensured that the Manx language was passed on to their children. The couple played a key role in establishing Manx language provision for early years, helping set up an Cyd Hesmyd playgroup and developing Muintir Bheagach educational charity. These early successes led to the establishment of the Bunscoil Gilga, the Manx Medium School in St John's, and it's fitting that Muintir Bheagach is a recipient of the £500 donation that accompanies the award. Annie's commitment to the island's culture is also reflected in her creative and educational contributions. Her songs, as you've heard, range from fun and catchy to serious and contemplative. She can pen a simple rhyme to aid learning in the classroom and conjure up a complex choral work that can fill a whole cathedral with beauty and wonder. Her work has been published as Muintir Bheagach's Reih Bleeaney book and CD of little songs for young people, numerous albums with Caarjyn Cooidjagh, and within recording projects like Solace, The Promised Land, and the Mona's Isle project. Annie, of course, helped establish the Bunscoil Gilga as a place of excellence for the Manx language and for performing arts. Over 20 years, she's co-written at least 7 Manx Gaelic musicals with her fellow teacher, Aileen Clegg, resulting in dozens of songs which are enjoyed by all ages. And her songs have been published in the Caarjyn Tia series and in the Nollaig Gennell songbook. In more recent years, Annie has been rightfully recognised as a poet, actor and playwright. She was crowned the 5th Manx Bard in 2018, publishing her collection of poems, Mona Sings, in 2022, as well as having success in various international anthologies. Her poems describe the Isle of Man's landscape, the people, the sense of place, and this is also reflected in her plays. An authority on the Manx dialect, she's recently voiced one of the characters in the BBC radio play of Hull Caine's The Manxman. An encouraging voice to all who seek to discover Manx culture, Annie's impact on the Isle of Man is immeasurable, and she is most deserving of the Reih Bleeaney Vanannan Award. The island is certainly richer for her contribution to Manx culture, for all that she has done and continues to do. Molly Rissoli dot Annie.
I don't know if you want to say anything.
Yeah,
I'll
say
say it.
I didn't mean to
I cut the concert short, and I didn't read a poem. Caarjyn, as Reih project for Shen Fi Kenchel Gurmai Murid, Tommy Jin Mach, the coaster, no de show, Teorum Kerwis, the Ram Slide, Dowson and Kerma Enum, Royshin Fannel, as the panel P. To Ulian the Feayr or Culture Vannin, as and Shiggers, to Manannan in. I'm not going to do all this thank you speech in Manx, so here's the English bit. But first, many thanks to Reih for that most generous tribute. I'm very grateful to those who nominated me and to the panel who assessed the nominations, and no doubt Manannan itself played a very big part in this too. Thanks again to Reih and to Culture Vannin for organising this presentation, and to Barrgarrow Chapel, of course, for letting us piggyback on the back of a concert that Caarjyn Cooidjagh had already arranged to do, so thank you so much for that. It's lovely to look back on the names of previous recipients of the Reih Bleeaney Vanannan and feel myself in the company of those whose work I admire and who, in many cases, have been and are teachers and friends. My mum and dad would have been delighted too. Without their support, I couldn't have followed up my early interests in Manx, because culture is not something you can do on your own. I'm sure my friends in Caarjyn Cooidjagh would agree. And without them, I'd have nobody to write songs for. It's great also to have the support of my more recent family, Phil, Ewan and Kitty, who have never turned a hair when I got wind of an idea and disappeared into a project for days on end. Our children can't be here today, but I'm delighted that Sister Jenny, wave your hand please, Sister Jenny, is here, along with my dear friend Claire Kilgallen, RBV, yes. We three shared a lot of adventures at Arragh Feayr with Mona Douglas. And Jenny, years ago, designed this medal. And I remember her doing it. I might even have offered some advice. As Risha mentioned, I had my first Manx lesson after school in Onken in the mid-1960s, and I remember running home to tell Mum all about it. And at that time, I had very little interest in school, apart from singing hymns in the morning. I struggled with reading, writing and maths, but during those Manx lessons, and they were very basic Manx lessons, I realised somehow, and it was like a sudden moment, when I felt I'd been given the key to something special that might unlock secrets in the future. And I remember looking out of the bedroom window towards the more rural parts of Onken Parish and view what I saw from there with new curiosity. Why were we living in Ballycrint? What did that mean? What was the distant farm called? Why had my great-grandparents stopped speaking Manx? I sensed there might be stories lying in the landscape, and there might be some nearer home too, and so it proved. And from that initial introduction to the language, I gradually became involved in music and dancing, and eventually I was able to read more widely in history, literature and folklore, and I saw how all these things might tie in with each other. And the magic and excitement of Manx culture is, for me, all these connections still waiting to be made, and I'm so grateful to have had chances to make them. Vogelbeg, Bunstjut, McCann, Culture as Briacus. And could smoothie and Briacus goit, son ons crew ren and no. At to bun iron kill the fogel. The men at chit was aber gint hasje sly elia as a ransack up. Gint as blainton shot kai, nor as the lane shaw as current elinia. As who me mat ram, to lord as geiste rish slinius. Ta, kinjak smooth that heaven mach. Look shen tammy said the golden red skin ligger the fell the run tammy jinu. Jin kiat sanak dukasak. Ons blainton shot kai for ram again and if they on a cushion machine. Akaliams the fel shin you tickle, a soldier the mach, nungul chewer, ons na reg and heen. A shin and ak lithicky fay. Polier is nakal shin jerud na frauen, as ligged and briacus guess by shin. Nish ta pest chit on. Smiley young cabin the hell.